What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I am going to recap the debacle that was between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium, a game in which we had no excuses not to win. It was a game the New York Giants had to win. No excuses. Coming into the year, this was the second most winnable game on the schedule. You had a team traveling 3,000 miles. The Giants had 4 extra days to prepare. A rookie quarterback in Kyler Murray. Yes, we have a rookie quarterback as well. But nevertheless, this is a game the Giants had no excuses not to win. The offense had no excuse not to play well. I'm not going to blame it on one individual. I'm going to blame it on the whole offense as a whole, but I'll get into specifics. You're going up against the worst defense in football. I mean, they were literally the worst defense in football. They had 216 touchdowns in the air and 0 interceptions coming in. And our defense didn't play well either in the first half. Second half, they played much better. First half, awful. The second half, the rain probably helped them a little bit, but they played much better. They kept the team in the game. But in the first half, the first 2 drives, they made Chase Edmonds look like he was, Adrian Peterson out there. He had 3 touchdowns in this game for 20 yards or longer. Embarrassing. The Giants got embarrassed in all phases of this football game. And that includes that coach, and I'll get into him in a little bit. But the Giants let up big play after big play there early on in the game. They put themselves behind in a 17-0 hole. Jones then made a great pass there as he was able to split the zone coverage where he hit Rhett Ellison there for a touchdown. And they were able to cut it to 17-14 with the block punt. And they scored a touchdown there before the half as they were within 3 points. So it gave us some momentum going into the half. Giants, of course, in the second half couldn't get much going, right? They had 14 points at halftime. They finished with 21. Barkley had a nice 7-yard touchdown run. He looked pretty good outside of that injury scare where he had to come off the field. But Barkley had about 4 yards a carry. He had close to 80 yards on, I think, 16 or 17 carries. And the score wasn't used much in the passing game. I think he had 8 yards in the air. Golden Tate made a couple of really nice catches in traffic, had about 80 yards receiving. Evan Ingram had a huge drop. He dropped a couple of passes, but one in particular, it was 40 yards down the field. You got to catch that football. Got to catch that football. It's a completely different game if he comes up with that pass. Aldrick Rosas, of course, missed that 37-yard field goal off the right upright. That was crippling. And the New York Giants did not look good in this football game. They just didn't. All phases, special teams, quarterback, offensive line, defense. The offensive line gave up 16 QB pressures and 8 sacks. And they're the biggest culprit in this game. Pat Shurmur as well. And I'm going to rip Pat Shurmur to shreds. But the offensive line was awful in this football game. Make no mistake about it. The offensive line was nearly as bad as it gets for the New York Giants today. And Daniel Jones, I'm not going to be one of these guys that just makes excuses because he's a rookie. I'm also not going to tell you we need to replace him because he's a rookie. I know he's going to go through his growing pains. I know he's going to be poor this year at times. And like I always say, you got to wait 2 years before you evaluate a quarterback. Now, I go back to what I said. I do think it was too early to bring him in. I don't think he was ready. I honestly believe that. I don't think he was ready. But he's in now. And you got to roll with him. You got to hope that he gets better and better over time. He played great against the Bucs. He started to regress the last 3 or 4 weeks. Can't make any excuses today. Yes, last week I was honest. I said he didn't play good, but there were excuses. There's no excuses today. Outside of the weather, the offensive line did not play well. Make no mistakes about it. But Daniel Jones did not play well either. Had no pocket awareness there in those fumbles. He's got to learn to cover up that ball. Even on the run where he picked up, and he did a good job running the football. He picks up a first down, but he's got to slide better as well. But Daniel Jones will get better. I do believe that. I am not going to be a guy that's going to lie to you, in my opinion, as of now, and tell you that this guy's going to be a great quarterback. I have to see a lot more before I say that. But he does have the tools to be successful if the Giants surround him with the right talent. He made a horrible throw there on his interception where he tried to fit it into double coverage. There was nobody there, and the safety jumped the route. It was a bad throw, bad read by Jones. But overall, he made a couple of nice throws, and he played okay, I guess, given the circumstance that he was under pressure throughout the game. The offensive line was awful. And this is a unit that is supposed to be improved this year, and it's just not. Mike Remmers was getting killed play after play after play. And Pat Shurmur at this point, I've been a guy, not that I'm a Pat Shurmur guy. Now, I'll say I like the Pat Shurmur hire when we made it. But I could be critical of Pat Shurmur. I could say he's doing a bad job, and he is. I've been a guy, though, coming into this game where I said, you got to be patient. And I'm trying to continue to say be patient. but it's hard to continue to say it when you see some of the things that Pat Shurmur does out there. Granted, he's only been coach of the team now for 16 plus 7 is 23 games, and he's got a rookie quarterback who will have to learn a whole new playbook if you do replace the coach. But some of the things Pat Shurmur does, and it's not just this game. We had complaints last game. We had complaints the game before that. He makes a lot of boneheaded decisions, and in this game, late in the game, it's 3rd and 18 on your own, 20. They run the football, and first off, I throw there. But the fact that they ran, I say, okay, you can punt the ball. You still got 3 minutes left. You pin them deep. You hope to get a 3 and out and good field position. And you're only down 3 points. Instead, after he runs it, on 4th and 15, Pat Shurmur elects to go for it. Now, if you knew you were going to go for it on 4th, why didn't you throw on 3rd? Why not try to make it 4th and 7, 4th and 8? That made no sense to me. Pat Shurmur, in my opinion, is lost at times. He did the same thing last week in a similar situation against the New England Patriots. I can't make excuses for this guy anymore. He might deserve to be on the hot seat. It's just the truth. And I don't like to be a reactionary guy. I like to take a wait-and-see approach. But Pat Shurmur has been awful for this football team. He just has. And he may not make it out of the year. He may not be the head coach going into the next season. May not. The defense, like I said, they played better in the second half. Marcus Golden was active. Haley made a really nice open field tackle. I'm just trying to remember individual moments. Defense played much better there after the first 2 drives of the football game. But some of that, like I said, might have to do with the rain. They held Kyler Murray in check. I think he only had about 100 yards passing. Edmonds killed us, though, on the ground game. And they set the edge time and time and time again. We weren't able to create turnovers. That was a huge key in this game. This is a game we had to win. Had to win, and we didn't. And you can blame whoever you want. You could blame Jones. You could blame Shurmur. You could blame the offensive line. You could blame the defense. You could blame Betcher. Regardless, there's a lot of people to blame for this loss. And all we can do is hope we get better over time. In terms of the playoffs, guys, it's probably not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen this year. We're 2-5. We still got the Bears, the Packers, the Eagles twice, the Cowboys. Let's be real. This season now is going to be about development for the young core and hope that defense get better over the course of the season. We got the Lions up next week. That will not be an easy test. They're a good football team, much better than what their record indicates. They played some very good teams this year. And then we got the Cowboys after that. The schedule's not easy. Doesn't let up. And, I guess the silver lining, if we don't do well this year, we get another high draft pick. Obviously, you're not hoping for that. Obviously, you want... I wish we had picked 32 every year. But we got to be realistic, guys. And this team is young. They're rebuilding. And I still think the future is bright. But Daniel Jones is going to need to improve. And that O-line, with their first really bad performance this year, it was abysmal today. Abysmal. As bad as it gets. And Shurmur, you better get your act together because fans are going to be calling for your job after this game. And if he doesn't straighten out real quick, he might be without a job real soon. We'll have to wait and see. But tough loss today, guys. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.